Today we're going to draw our ice cream cone, our rainbow order ice cream cones. We'll draw it today and we'll paint it next week. And we're going to start off with, this is going to be the top of our page. This is going to be our first ice cream scoop. So we're going to add our cherry to our first ice cream scoop. And what shape is a cherry? It is a circle. So right on top, and it's got to be touching your ice cream. So make sure when we draw our cherry, it needs to be somewhere touching your ice cream cone. So I'm going to draw my cherry right here. Big round circle, nice and neat, touching my ice cream cone. And then we're going to add the cherry stem. So to do that, I'm going to put a C shape inside my cherry and then draw a big stem rainbow shape coming out. Okay, that's my cherry on top of my ice cream. Alright, now let's draw the bottom of our ice cream scoop. And you can do this in different ways. We can do this scalloped line, which we just make a U, 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 U. Or you can make a wavy line. It's up to you. That's our first layer of our ice cream. Now we got to do our second layer. So our second layer, we're going to come right under the first one. And we're going to draw, coming from this, we're going to draw a C shape. And then we're going to come over here and draw a backward C. And then we're going to make that U, 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 U line. Now we're going to make another one. A C, backward C, U, 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 U. All right, that's 3. We need 3 more. They could be different sizes. C, backward C, U, 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 C, backward C, U, 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 C, backward C, U, 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 U. Okay, so that is our 6 layers of our ice cream. We've got to put our cone down here now. And we know that a cone is a triangle shape. So when we draw our cone, we're going to draw it to look like a triangle shape, but it's probably not all going to fit onto our paper, and that's okay. So we will put what we can. We don't want to draw a teeny tiny little ice cream cone. That'll look silly. We want to draw a big one, even though it doesn't fit. If we had more paper, then we could fit it, but we don't. So we're going to come on this side, and we're going to draw going in. And then we're going to go to this side and draw going the other way. Now we're going to put our stripes on our ice cream cone. So what we're going to do is we're going to do stripes going one way and then switch to stripes going the other. So let's start going one way. So I'm going to make stripes going across my ice cream cone going this way. Now I'm going to turn and I'm going to do stripes going the other way. It's going to make it look like we're crossing through it like an X. So I'm going to do stripes going the other way. Alright, so there is my ice cream cone. So we're going to put this oil pastel away, the black, and we're going to get out our colored ones. And we're going to add some fun lines to our ice cream for decorations and some sprinkles. So what we're going to do is choose our very first oil pastel. We're going to add sprinkles first. So take our first color and we're going to go to the top of our ice cream, and very quietly and gently we're just going to put 5 little lines, teeny tiny little lines going in different ways. That's going to be our 5 sprinkles. Now we're going to use that same color and we're going to come over here and we're going to draw a little nice neat wavy line. We're going to put that one away. We're going to get out a new color and we're going to put 5 more sprinkles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to come over to this side and we're going to draw with the same color a nice neat little zigzag line. Then we're going to switch colors, get out a new one, 5 more sprinkles. And then we're going to come up here to this corner and put a nice, neat spiral. A line that gets, circle that gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Put that color away. Get out a new one. 5 more sprinkles. And then we're going to come down to this corner, and going down, we're going to make a squiggly line, or that loop-de-loop curly line. Put that color away. Get out a new one. 5 more sprinkles. And then over here, I'm going to do a castle line. Put that one away. Get out a new one. 5 more sprinkles. And then I'm going to come over here, and I think I'll do another spiral. Alright, if you have room and you have some more colors you'd like to add, then go ahead and add them. Put 5 more sprinkles. And then maybe add another line somewhere if you've got room. So look for an empty spot. If you don't have an empty spot, then you might be done. But if you have an empty spot, go ahead and add something to that spot. All right, next week we'll paint it. Today we're going to paint our rainbow order ice cream. We're going to use our rainbow order, which we know is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. We're going to do this together. So we're going to start off at the very top. What is our very first color in rainbow order? It's red. So we're going to go ahead and take our brush, make sure it's nice and clean, and we're going to dip it in our red. And we're going to paint that very first ice cream scoop using our red. And it is okay for you to paint right over your sprinkles because that oil pastel is magic, and it will just magically show back up after you paint over it. So go just paint right over your sprinkles. Don't worry about going around it. Paint the whole thing. Stay in your lines. And while you're painting that, you might as well paint your cherry red, because cherries are red too. So go ahead and paint that cherry. All right, good job. Now, we're going to switch colors. So what do we need to do with our brush to switch colors? Yeah, we've got to wash it. So let's put it all the way to the bottom of our cup. Stir it like hot soup. And let's rub that drippy off on the edge. What is our next color in rainbow order? Orange, yeah. So let's go ahead and dip in our orange. And let's paint our second scoop orange. Take your time. Stay in the lines. All right, what do we need to do to our brush? Let's rinse it. Stir like hot soup. Rub our drippy off on the edge. What's our next color? It is yellow, so make sure your brush is nice and clean. If you dip your dirty brush in the yellow, it is not going to look very nice. It's going to mess our yellow up, so make sure your brush is clean. And then let's go ahead and paint our next scoop using the yellow. All right, well, let's wash that brush. Stir like hot soup. Rub our drippy off on the edge. Get all your drippies off. We don't want any drippies. All right, what's our next color in rainbow order? We've done red, orange, yellow. Now we need green. So go ahead and dip it in your green. And let's paint that next scoop green. Take your time. Stay in your line. If you cross your line, it might start blending and making a big mess. So stay in your line. Also, we don't want any puddles on your paper. So if you see a puddle of paint, go ahead and spread that puddle out. No puddles. Okay, let's wash that brush. Rub our drippy off. We know our next color is blue. So let's paint that next next section using the blue. If you see a puddle, what do? Spread it out. I got a big puddle, so I'm going to keep going over here and getting some paint and spreading that blue puddle out. When you're finished with your blue, rinse that brush off. What's our last color? Purple. Let's paint that last scoop purple. Try not to move your paper because your paint might start running and mixing, so keep it nice and still. When you're done with your purple, wash that brush. Alright, the last thing that we need to paint on our ice cream is our cone. What color is the ice cream cone usually? Kind of a brown or a tan. So find the brown on your table. It's separate in a little cup. Go ahead and find that, and let's go ahead and paint that cone down there with our brown. Okay, when you're done with your brush, rinse that brush out, rub your drippy off on the edge. And now we need to paint our background. And when I say background, I mean everything that's around your ice cream. Now, what I did was I did rainbow order on the background too, but I did it backwards. So I started with red at the bottom, and then orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, and I kind of let it mix together. I think this looks really pretty, but you don't have to do this. You can paint yours any color you want. If you would like to use a bigger brush, you can grab the bigger brush and just start painting it any way you want. So you can do rainbow, you can do stripes, you can do polka dots, you can do half one color, half the other color. It is up to you how you want to paint yours. I'm just going to start painting. Now, don't worry about painting around those lines that you drew. Okay, see my spiral here? You can just paint right over it. And remember, I said that oil pastels are magic because they magically will reappear. So you do not have to paint around them. Just paint right on over those pretty colorful lines that you drew. And paint it however you want. Now, we have to remember though, if we are going to switch colors, what do we have to do to our brush? Yes, we have to wash it every single time you switch colors. Now, if I'm just going to keep using purple, do I have to wash my brush to dip it in the purple again? No, because my brush just got purple on it. That's not going to mess up my purple. So, if you're going to switch colors, you have to wash your brush. So, I'm going to switch colors now. I've been using purple. I'm going to switch to using blue. So, I'm going to wash my brush really good. Stir it like hot soup. Rub your drippy off on the edge. And now I can safely dip in my blue without messing up my blue paint. And I'm going to paint the bottom part of this blue. All right, when you're done, what do we do with our wet art? Do we put it in our folder? No, we have to make sure that we take it to the drying rack. Who remembers how we carry this to the drying rack? Like a lunch tray, right? We're going to hold our paper, we're going to use our thumbs, and we're going to carry this nice and neat and slowly to the drying rack so it will dry. Make sure your thumbs are pinching it. Also, don't forget to rinse your brush off nice and neat, and then rub your drippy off on the edge and set it down in your tray. Don't leave your brush in your water. It will ruin your brush.